Hey everyone, how are you doing? Happy 2 months raw is where we're at today. Woo woo! So, health updates first of all. I am down 3 sizes. Very comfy in the size 12s now, I shared last time. And the A's are gone. The asthma is gone. The arthritis, aches, and pains are mostly gone most times. And the acid reflux is all the way gone. Constipation issues are a lot better. They're pretty much gone, except if I'm detoxing, which I'll explain kind of near the end for those who want to stay and hear about detox. Okay, so warm lemon water update. I was talking about how I do warm lemon water in the morning, and now I've added a pinky of ginger. With that, it makes it very tolerable without many calories. So now I can also do intermittent fasting and add that component of healing into this. So in the morning, I'll wake up, I'll cut or already have it prepped, about a half lemon if it's big or 1 lemon if it's small. Take out the outer skin, which I didn't say in the last video. I do peel off the outer skin, but then the rest of it with the pith goes in. I may flick out a couple seeds, but I don't really worry about that. As long as I have the pinky of ginger, it's covering up that puckery taste of the lemon. And then I add a little bit of sulfurzyme with MSM and wolfberry in there to help bring down any inflammation going on in the body in the morning. Because when you first wake up in the morning and you're kind of like, when you're over 45, might feel a couple aches and pains or just a little lethargic in the morning, so it helps with that. So now I can do that intermittent fasting component to help with healing. And so I have found I have about an 8 or 9 hour eating window for right now. So I'll be doing that warm lemon water till about noon, and then I'll start having my smoothies, and I will pretty much eat, all my meals within that noon to 8:30 or 9 p.m. eating window. So then after that, kitchen is closed, and I'll just have like some herbal teas, plain teas, and then I tend to go to bed around 11 or midnight, so that's why my eating window is kind of later. I'm getting better at the flow of prep with all this stuff. I start thinking earlier in the day. It's kind of coming more naturally now. I start thinking about what dressings do I need? What do I need to defrost anything for the day? Do I need to defrost some mangoes if I'm having the mango pepper dressing? Or defrost my veggie if it's a frozen veggie for my soup that night? So I start kind of thinking about that more naturally now. I've also started sprouting now. I got a Now brand jar to sprout seeds just in my kitchen to start. And my first packet of seeds is the Now brand Zesty Sprouting Mix. It has clover, fenugreek, and radish. I haven't tasted it yet, but it smells there's kind of like a pungent caramel or something, smell to it. So we'll see how it tastes later. Maybe by next video. Benefits. Why sprout? So it releases enzyme inhibitors. It makes nutrition more digestible from the seeds, from the plants. It increases nutrient levels, and it increases protein content. So there's just some fabulous reasons to get that max nutrition in. So if I can master this, it will save about $8 to $12 a week, give or take, on buying sprouts. I still like to buy microgreens, and I don't have all those flats set up to do yet, maybe down the road. But this sprouting jar seems quite simple. It's easy to, tip the jar upside down, rinse, drain, and do, the directions that it came with and everything. So we'll see how it all tastes. They're almost ready. Lessons learned this week. I made the broccoli soup this week, which did not turn out very tasty. I made myself eat it the first night. It was kind of enough to make like two different suppers. I accidentally wasn't paying attention to my ratios. I put a lot of broccoli in the Vitamix to make the broccoli soup, and I didn't adjust the ratios of the lime, so it was very limey. It's just too acidic like that, and it never really recovered. I kept trying to adjust ingredients and add more stuff, and it just, I made myself eat a little bit more of it on the second night. I skipped a night to not just, I can't do two nights in a row of the same soup usually, but skip a night. Next night, tried to eat it again, and I just had a little bit, and then I was like, I can't do it. So for now, I'm sticking to my favorite soups. The butternut squash soup is always good. The corn chowder is always good. And the mushroom soup is always pretty much good. So I might try to hide those other veggies that aren't in those soups, like broccoli and carrots. I might try to hide them in the soups just a little bit to get those other veggies in, but not having a whole soup of it, because I'm not there. Okay, the detox topic. So I was going to say I had 0 detox this week. 0 detox mornings, 0 detox days, almost the whole week. I just slept long, usually 9-ish hours I'm sleeping right now. I believe my body is in healing mode big time. But then I ended up with one rough night at the end of the week of detox. One rough night. Thankfully, it was a night I could just kind of rest and chill a little bit. But here's kind of what I learned about the detox situation. Anything on this diet, and this raw vegan diet or food plan, anything can spark detox. The onions and the garlic, for me, they spark an increase of detox. The lemon water, all these things can spark detox. But even just the good nutrition, it's encouraging the body to release the old stuff and release weight. So pretty much anything can trigger it, I've found now. So this is kind of a helpful thing to me too that I've learned now, that when detox is on its way out of the body, right? The body has collected some old stuff it wants to get rid of. And there's newer stuff, though, newer food you've put in the body, even though it's trying to release some of that weight and some of that old stuff. It can kind of feel like there's a backup just for that little bit of time. And for me, it seems to be like a morning or an evening. And then I kind of recover now at 2 months raw. So that old stuff that's trying to work its way out, it's moving a little bit slower, where there's all the new good healthy nutrition coming behind it, and it's kind of like, hey, get moving, so that old stuff finally leaves, and that could feel a little bit painful, just a little yucky feelings. It's not horrible, but I seem to have a little bit of head pain when it's one of those detox nights or detox mornings. It could be a little head pain, could be a little discomfort and digestive issues. And then once that releases and is gone, then what was behind it is yeah, we're out, and that just comes really quick and wants to go. Then, usually, if that happens at night, lately by the next morning, I feel better. So I think my detox window, how long it takes to recover from releasing weight and releasing some things, I think that window is shortening. Because in the past, I would maybe feel yucky for a whole day. So now it's like a morning or an evening, but I kind of recover. If the detox is in the morning, I feel better by evening. If the detox happens at night, I can feel better by the next morning. So about a half day, I guess you'd say. Some spiritual detox happened also. Lots of people talk about the spiritual aspects of raw vegan, and definitely lined up. We have a certain group, the ladies, with a couple churches in the area. It's under the covering of one church, but a few ladies from a few different churches go to this, and we did some kind of healing things, healing prayer. And so I kind of felt like I got a spiritual detox on top of a regular detox this week. Okay, on a different note, temptations of cooked food. I really noticed this week in particular, this weekend, there were a few things where I just was really tempted. You know, my hubby was having fried food, you know, from a restaurant we both liked in the past, and he still eats there. And mashed potatoes, that's always, you know, been one of my favorites. You know, chips and things, he was eating some chips. So I didn't give in. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Lord, for your help. But I was very tempted. It was like things were looking better, things were smelling better. And I was taught in massage school that we can kind of be tempted by certain foods when old stuff is on its way out of the body. I guess that's the Chinese believe this from Chinese medicine. That when you could be tasting pizza and thinking about pizza as it's leaving the body. So I was thinking like this kind of stuff must be leaving my body because I was really thinking about it, looking at it, and I need to not stare at that food. And then there was a little dinner party too, where the food looked really good, and I was like, oh, and I had my, you know, my raw stuff, and I tried to make it really good for myself, you know, like make a really nice presentation, bring something to share, and it was hard. That was a hard night, and they had a nice dessert, you know, all the stuff. So, and they made it so beautiful, so elegant, and they just really went to a lot of thought and care and trouble to make this beautiful dinner, you know, for us. And so that was a little hard. I got to enjoy the fellowship and enjoy the elegance of it all, but I didn't get to taste any of that. And I choose to stay committed to this year and see how it goes and then go from there. So I hung in there, and I was reminding myself, and the Lord was reminding me, you committed to this year, and he was reminding me too of these great benefits that I've been feeling, increased energy, some of the things I didn't share at the beginning of this video, you know, that increased energy and stamina, you know, just some really good things are happening in that category that weren't happening before. And overall, I feel better than before. I'm also done coaching one friend now, but she shared with me, she's transitioned a little bit back to some cooked food, but she shared with me she realizes she really does feel better. She really does feel better on this way of eating, which is so true. That's kind of my first 10 to 12 years of this thing doing high raw. I kept realizing like I need to keep honing in and take the next step to get more raw. The more raw I've been, it's always been true that the better I feel overall, aside from a detox, you know, evening or morning. So it's neat to see. She's been feeling better, and I think she's going to kind of work more of this stuff in that she was saying. I told her about raw till dinner was one way to eat, and then you can, you know, eat raw all day, drink your smoothies, have your big salad, and then eat cooked with the family, however that looks for them. So we'll see. But it was neat to see how people tried it and tried it more as a cleanse, and realized, yeah, I really do feel better this way. So, woohoo! That was cool. So, to wrap it up, mindset inspiration. Things that I say to myself, you know, thank you for showing up for you today. Thank you for showing up for you today. Go you. Go you. I am the one who is healing with the Lord this year. In 2022, this is my year. This is your year. This is my year to heal with the Lord. I'm doing different to get different. You know, going to these parties and friend places that have all this beautiful spread, I'm choosing to do different to get a different result this year. And of course I can bring a salad. Of course I can bring, spinach dip, things to share, and that helps. Sometimes that helps. So, and then not just bringing my own food, being like, I ain't eating your food, sorry. So that can be hard. That can be hard, especially in our culture and society. Probably a lot of cultures and societies, actually. It would be difficult because food can be such a personal thing, right? Okay, those are my updates. 2 months raw. We're heading now into 3 months, month 3. It's exciting because I just feel like all the weight loss from now on, it's just gravy. I'm in kind of that happy zone. So any more weight loss and detox, it's just like, And I've kind of noticed that there's certain things it's better if I don't eat right now. I shared before, like the garlic and the onion. I try to keep that kind of low right now, especially if it's raw and not cooked. It's a little bit tougher. Sparks extra stuff that I don't need extra. So that's where that's at. And just let me know how you're doing. My links will be below. If you're interested in doing something like this, there are 2 courses. One is kind of a cleanse. One is to help you overcome addictions, food/chemical type addictions, chemicals that are in the food that are addicting. How do we get past that? So my links will be below on things like that if you want more. And just love you, bless you. Have a great week.